Hi, and welcome back to Horror Recapped. Today, we're going to explore 2006's Black Christmas. Beware, spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. We begin our film with a couple of friends getting together at a new house, and we meet Lauren, who is enjoying a glass of red wine and wrapping gifts for friends. She starts to write in a card to Lee, but she is distracted by a rustling sound in the closet. When she gets up to check it out, she leaves her pen on the rug, and she finds out that it was just a vent blowing air into her clothes. When she goes back to her cards, someone is underneath the bed, and they start to crawl out as Lauren looks for her pen. Then, the figure throws a plastic bag over her head and stabs her with the pen. Next, we cut to the insane asylum where the orderly hands out the Christmas goodies. What he didn't know is that he dropped a milk carton in the door that lets a stranger come in behind him. When he turns around to the sound of boots squeaking, he finds a Santa Claus who says he's looking for a children's ward. Santa looks around and finds the cell to Billy, and the guard lets him take a look inside. It turns out that Billy has tried to escape every year at Christmas, and he used to eat his own mother. Out in the town, Kyle is making out with Kelly, and she tries to tell him that she has to go. She explains that she has to spend some time with her sorority sisters, and she kisses him goodbye before heading out into the cold. Then, Kyle gets a cell phone, and his whole demeanor shifts. Inside the house, the girls and their house mother get prepared for Christmas, and they go over how all their sisters are gone for the holidays. Back in the insane asylum, Billy sets out a present for the guard, who comes over cautiously. Inside the box, he finds a note that reads he'll be home for Christmas. When the guard looks inside the cell, he finds that Billy isn't there anymore, and he opens it up to find a hole carved into the wall. When he gets down to observe it, Billy comes out from under his bed and stabs the guard with his sharpened candy cane. Back at the house, Kelly goes around to let everyone know that they are opening presents, and she gets a quick lesson on how to be forceful with the other girls. When she gets to Megan's room, Megan is definitely not in the Christmas spirit because she sees a video of Kyle getting it on with a random girl. After Kelly heads downstairs, Megan hears a pitter-patter coming from above her, and she pauses the video to look around. She ends up hearing the jingle of Christmas music coming from the ceiling, and she comes out to look for the attic door. She climbs upstairs to find a snow globe making the music, and she goes in to look around. As she goes deeper in the attic, she finds the body of Claire, but she gets a bag thrown over her head and stabbed by Christmas decorations. Back at the asylum, Santa walks around and flirts with the staff until Billy kills him. Then, Billy takes his place and stuffs Santa's body in the bag that he throws in the dumpster outside. Back at the house, Heather tries to get the present exchange started, but tradition says that they have to open the present they got Billy first. Heather isn't happy about the tradition of buying presents for a spree killer as a part of a ritual, but Megan gives them a quick rundown on the pagan foundations of the holiday. Then, the house mother, Miss Mac, tells the girls that this house is actually Billy's old house. She gives them the backstory of Billy, and we see that Billy's mother was disgusted by him and his yellow skin. Over the years, Billy's mother proves to be more and more conniving, but Frank finds ways to keep the holidays alive for him. One year, Billy hears his mother, Frank, and her new boyfriend in a tussle, and he comes downstairs to find the boyfriend killing Frank with a bag over his head and hammer blows to the head. He goes back up to his closet, and he hides as he listens to the boyfriend and mother getting rid of Frank's body. When the mother spots him creeping on them, they chase after him as he climbs to the attic. Once they get to the attic, they find that it's locked by a padlock. Back in the present, Kelly answers the phone, and she puts whoever it is on speaker for the others to hear. When the girls surround the phone, they hear a call where Billy is telling them to get out of the house. Heather tells them to call the cops, but when they check the ID, they find that it was made from Claire's cell. Kelly tries to bring back the Christmas spirit, but Heather wants nothing to do with it. When Heather storms out of the room, she runs into Eve on the steps, and she can't help but stop and open her present. The gift is a crystal unicorn, but Heather hands it back and tries to walk by. Back in 1982, we see that Billy's mother is getting it on the steps. and she can hear the rocking of Billy's rocking chair in the attic. She heads up to seduce him, and 9 months later, she gives birth to Agnes. Back in the present, Eve makes her way around the room, and Miss Mac finds her present from under the tree. When she looks back up, she finds that Eve is gone. Upstairs, Heather packs her bag, but downstairs, the girls get another Billy call from Megan's cell this time. Kelly heads upstairs to try and see if Megan is up there, and they end up finding Kyle instead. He explains that he was trying to sneak in to spend time with her, but the other girls ask about the legacy of Billy. He takes them back to 1991, and we see that Billy's mother tries to give Agnes the Christmas she never wanted to give Billy. When she goes to the kitchen, she gets a call on the phone, and she hears Billy say the same call that he's giving the girls in the present. Next, Billy kills every single person in the house and beats Agnes. And he even makes Christmas cookies out of Mother's flesh. When the police arrive, they find Agnes almost beaten to death, and Billy is sitting at the table eating Mother Christmas cookies. Back in the present, Kyle finishes his story and he heads into the room with Kelly. The others head downstairs to investigate a sound. They find Claire's sister, Lee, waiting downstairs, and she finds a present from Billy that's for the sorority house. It turns out that it's Agnes's baby doll, and it was wrapped in the same paper as the present Eve gave Heather. Back upstairs, Kelly sees the video of Kyle getting it on Megan's laptop, and she can't think of anything else at the moment. When Heather goes to Eve's room, she finds the hidden panel from Billy's time, and she opens it up to find more newspaper clippings. Kyle, on the other hand, is getting kicked out of the house by all of the girls and Miss Mac. When Lauren goes to the bathroom to throw up and take a shower, we see that the house seems to be coming alive as tiles pop up out of the floor and an eye peeks from underneath. It keeps watch as she showers, and whoever it is crawls through the floor when she's done. When Dana goes out for a smoke, she crawls under the house to look around, but she gets grabbed and killed with a little rake. Not before she stabs the killer with the rake first, though. Back inside, the girls get another call from Billy who claims Dana, and they head outside to find her. Heather spots Eve's car parked outside, and she goes over to check it. When she opens the door, Eve's head rolls out into the snow. All of the girls head back inside. Kelly calls the police, but she finds out that they can't make it out there until 2 hours thanks to the storm. The group splits up, and Miss Mac heads out to the car with Heather. When Miss Mac heads out to scrape the windshield, Heather is killed inside the car, and Miss Mac backs up into the garage, where an icicle drops into her head. Back inside, Melissa is grabbed by the killer, but she takes the bag off and runs for the bedroom where she grabs a ski pole that she beats her assailant with. When she turns back to the window to leave, the assailant throws a ski at her head and kills her. Next comes Lauren, who is sleeping in her bed, but someone is touching her all over. She suddenly wakes up, but she's too slow. The assailant stabs her with a unicorn gift. Kelly and Lee run upstairs from a killer, but it turns out to be Kyle. Suddenly, Kelly gets a call from Billy asking where Agnes is, and Kelly tells the others that he's in the attic. When Kyle goes to see who is in the attic, the killer throws a bag over his head and pulls him upstairs. He puts up a good fight, but the killer ultimately stabs him in the head with a unicorn too. Lee and Kelly come upstairs to see that the killer is actually Agnes, and she has all of her victims and parts of her victims hanging around the Christmas tree. Lee steps back and falls through the ceiling, and Kelly tries to jump down with her, but Agnes gets a bag over her head. During the scuffle, they knock candles down that catch fire with the wrapping paper, and Kelly takes a long fork and stabs her in the eye. Suddenly, Billy pops up, and Agnes pulls Kelly down between the walls, with Billy climbing down from above and Agnes climbing up from below. Kelly hopes that Lee can break through the wall in time to save her. She pulls her through the wall just before the burning Christmas tree falls onto the two killers. Lee and Kelly run out of the front door, and they make it safely to the hospital. The mortician rolls in the bodies of the victims, and he hears one of the bags unzip itself. When he goes to check it, Billy hops out and kills him with his own tool, and he helps Agnes out of her body bag. Upstairs, Kelly and Lee question how long Agnes has been living in the attic, but they have no way of knowing. After a nurse takes Kelly for x-rays, Lee can hear someone crawling around in the ceiling, and she follows the sound down the hall. When she comes back to the room, Agnes is hiding in the bed, and she hops out to snap Lee's neck. When Kelly gets back, she finds that Lee is gone, and when she tries to leave the room, the handle is jammed. Suddenly, Agnes comes out of the ceiling, and Kelly shocks her with a defibrillator to the face. Kelly goes to run away from Billy, but after a short chase, she drops him over the banister of the stairs. Billy ends up impaled on the Christmas star, and that's the end of that. Black Christmas is a story that has been remade multiple times, but this version is simply entertaining, perfect for anyone looking for a holiday movie to start a tradition with. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss a single video.